and welcome to another edition of the Daily Crow. Happy Friday, happy game day eve. I'm Chris Phillips, the Spurs Up Show, coming to you live. Going to give my official prediction for South Carolina, Alabama. Those of you that are tuning in right now, you've probably heard it at this point, but I'm going to give it one more time for those that maybe haven't. This broadcasting to you by our friends over at SeatGeek. For those of you that may not hear me the first time, SeatGeek, if you haven't got your tickets yet for tomorrow or any game this season, use the promo code SPURSUP, get $20 off your first purchase, get $20 off your Gamecocks tickets. Really that simple. Tickets right now, I checked on SeatGeek before I came on, they're as low as $64. So you can literally get in the building tomorrow for $44 if you go download SeatGeek and use that promo code SPURSUP. So go do that. As you guys can see, I am channeling the inner 2010, trying to get all this magic going into tomorrow's game, but I want to give my official prediction for what I think is going to happen at Williams-Brice Stadium tomorrow. 3:30 kick on CBS. This game, what an opportunity we have in this game. South Carolina obviously coming in this one, a 26-point dog. Not a lot of hope, not a lot of expectations. Ryan Helinski's first SEC start, obviously the biggest game of his young career thus far. Overall prediction for this one, I mean, listen, Will Muschamp and staff are obviously still looking for that first signature win. And beyond that, they're looking to get this fan base back in their corner. I think a good performance tomorrow could go a long way in regards to them getting this fan base back in their corner. I talked about in the podcast, I want to see a team come out, play their hardest, play a complete game, play well offensive, defensively, special teams, and let the chips fall where they may. I think Gamecock fans can handle a 14-point loss in which the Gamecocks play a complete football game on all sides, where they're competitive for 4 quarters, where you make Alabama sweat. Again, listen, I took South Carolina plus 25. What I'm not doing is I'm not taking them to win. I think Alabama comes into Williams-Brice Stadium tomorrow. Again, all the hype. It'll be a raucous environment tomorrow at Williams-Brice. Gamecocks wearing the big game garnet, just like they did in 2010. Steven Garcia leading the pregame chants, all that good stuff, and then the ball will be kicked off. And listen, I am a Gamecock. I have as much faith as anyone, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think right now, South Carolina, I said this before the season, I said this in the preseason, this is the game on the schedule that scared me the most because everyone is sleeping on Alabama, in the sense of, well, they got killed in the national championship, maybe Bama's dynasty's over. I'm seeing stuff, different articles that, well, Bama hasn't run the ball great this year. They're off their interior offensive line, their linebackers. Alabama's still Alabama. They still have 5 stars at every single position. I've got the Crimson Tide coming in, getting the win tomorrow. And my final score right now is going to piss a lot of people off, but I got 41-17 Alabama. I just think right now, the closer we have gotten to kickoff, the more and more worried I am about Ryan Helinski, a true freshman, against the Alabama defense. Listen, you give Nick Saban the matchup against a true freshman quarterback, it's a scary one. It worries me. Again, I like Ryan a lot. I like what he's done. We're going to find out a lot about him in regards to embracing this moment, really taking this all in and kind of showing up and just being that dude, because big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and sometimes you just find out who somebody really is when you throw them out there on the spotlight in front of one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team. So I've got Bama getting the win 41-17. I think it's going to be really hard for South Carolina to get any push in the trenches offensively or defensively. I would expect more success on the defensive side. Tua, those wide receivers, those running backs, I think will be too much for this South Carolina defense. And I could see this game playing out a lot like the Georgia game last year, where Georgia just eventually really wore down South Carolina in the trenches. I mean, that's where that game was won and lost a year ago, and that's why it got so out of hand. Now, with that being said, one thing I want to say, a 41-17 loss is not going to be good enough for me, for fans, for anybody. This South Carolina team has the opportunity to go out there tomorrow and at least make Bama sweat for 4 quarters. Like I said, if you leave it all out there on the field, you play your best, and Bama just has more talent than you or is just better than you, I think fans can live with that. What they can't live with is not showing up in a big-time game again, not coming to bat, if you will, letting the lights be too bright for you, letting the stage be too big. So, with that being said, I've got 41-17 because I'm going into it with extremely conservative expectations, again, with a true freshman quarterback, because I keep in perspective and I keep in mind that this is the same team lost to UNC. This is the same team, just with a different quarterback. So will that make all the difference? I don't know. Either way, we give predictions, so they'll be wrong. I'm praying to God that I'll be wrong. If the team shows up, keeps time possession almost level. I mean, that'll be a big. I said my biggest thing is South Carolina needs to keep Alabama's offense off the field. Its best defense is going to be its offense. Trying to run, running the football, sustaining long drives. The biggest problem with that is I don't think South Carolina can run the ball consistently enough against this Alabama defense to where it's really going to make a huge difference in this football game. So I've got 41-17 Alabama. One thing I love doing, though, is I love being wrong, and I hope to God South Carolina proves me wrong, but I've got 41-17 Bama. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and again, I hope that I'm coming back to you guys on Monday or recapping this game on Saturday on Periscope, jumping for joy because I was wrong and we got the upset win. But otherwise, appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't done so, check out the Spurs Up Show, episode 129 with Nashawn Goddard. Just wrapped up a fantastic interview on here, or in the studio that you guys will hear on Monday as well. Very, very exciting stuff. Very good times for the Spurs Up Show. We'll be out and about in Columbia, at the tailgates, out and about downtown, things of that nature. So if you see me, be sure to holler. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's beat Alabama. Appreciate it. Until next time, Spurs up. See you.